let me be brutally honest about something most women will never say out loud. The right kind of hug can create a deeper, more visceral sense of arousal than most kisses ever will. I have spoken with women who completely reevaluated their relationships, who questioned their attraction to their current partners, all because of a single brief embrace from another man. A deliberate shift in how he held her, the subtle adjustment of posture, and suddenly her brain couldn't let him go. Most men have no idea that a hug can leave a lasting impression, and the average man's hug is like a handshake, polite, procedural, and instantly forgotten. It communicates friendship, safety, and nothing more, and that is precisely why it extinguishes desire. But the man who understands the neurobiology of touch doesn't just hug her. He leaves a neurological echo in her system. He creates a sensation her logical mind cannot define, but her body cannot deny. My name is Dr. Alexander Pierce, and today, here on The Stoic Heart, we are decoding the science of that touch in ways most men could never imagine. By the end of this video, you will learn a specific adjustment to your posture and one critical point of contact that can completely change how she perceives you. If you are ready to explore this deeper form of nonverbal communication, type the word hug in the comments below. Excellent. Let's proceed. The forgettable hug fails because it operates on a social script. It is an act of platonic validation. The quick squeeze, the pat on the back, the brief side hug, these are all signals that close a loop. They say this is non-threatening. We are friends and nothing more. This actively signals to her nervous system to remain in a state of friendly alert awareness, not intimate relaxation. The hug that creates an echo does the exact opposite. Its purpose is to intentionally break the social script, to interrupt the habitual expectations of her mind, and it must communicate calm, masculine control and unwavering presence. And here is the scientific reason most men get it wrong. They believe attraction is built on action and intensity. It is not. Primal attraction is built on stillness, intention, and subtle authority. A hurried, anxious, or uncertain touch signals weakness, nervousness, and a lack of confidence. A calm, grounded, and intentional touch signals authority, safety, and presence, which are prerequisites for arousal and fascination. The framework we will use is called the somatic imprint. Somatic means relating to the body, and the goal is not to persuade her mind, but to leave a lasting physical memory, a sensory imprint that her body will recall long after the moment is over. This framework stands on three pillars: tempo, stillness, and anchor point. In just a moment, I will show you the one anchor point on her body that acts as a neurological shortcut, shifting her perception of you from safe friend to potential lover in under 5 seconds. But before that, let's reset and fully understand why each element matters. This entire technique is effective because of deliberate tempo, absolute stillness, and a strategic anchor point, and mastering these three components can elevate your physical presence beyond what most men could ever hope to achieve. First, tempo. Here is the speed mistake that instantly neutralizes any potential attraction: moving at a conversational pace, following social conventions, and hugging too quickly. Friendly energy is fast, procedural, and forgettable, whereas dominant, intentional energy is deliberate, unhurried, and fully present. By initiating the hug 25% slower than socially expected, you interrupt her expectations, force her brain to pay attention, and immediately establish a sense of control and calm confidence. She notices the difference, even if unconsciously, and it triggers an unexpected shift in her perception of you. Second, stillness. Once in the embrace, you do not speak, you do not pat, you do not shift or fidget. You simply exist, breathe, and maintain calm, grounded presence. This deliberate lack of social feedback forces her brain to switch from analytical mode to sensory mode. It triggers a parasympathetic response, the only state where the body can feel both profoundly safe and sexually receptive simultaneously. The moment becomes less about social interaction and more about embodied connection. Even subtle cues like your breathing rhythm, slight pressure, and the warmth of your touch communicate confidence, presence, and intention without a single word. Now, for the most potent element, the anchor point. Most men instinctively place their hands high on the back or shoulders, which is the anatomical equivalent of the friend zone. To create a somatic imprint, your dominant hand must find its anchor lower, specifically on the lumbar curve of her lower back. This location is a biological sweet spot. It is non-invasive yet deeply intimate, and placing a firm, warm hand there communicates both support and protective dominance. Her primal brain is wired to recognize this gesture as a subtle but powerful message of security, presence, and potential romantic interest simultaneously. Let us distill this into a single, powerful directive. Here is your imprint protocol. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Slow down, stay silent, and anchor your hand on her lower back. Focus on mastering just this one sequence. From the case studies I have analyzed, this precise anchor point is the detail women consistently recall with a sense of surprise, intrigue, and lingering curiosity, even weeks later. Let me be clear, this is not about learning a trick or manipulation. This is about learning a language, the language of nonverbal masculine presence, the language of calm authority and grounded connection. In a society increasingly disconnected, the ability to create a moment of silent, grounded connection is not just attractive, it is transformative. It communicates a calm confidence that makes a woman feel both protected and desired in the same breath, embodying the essence of polarity that drives attraction at a primal level. Your actions communicate your inner state far more loudly than your words. Intentional, grounded presence speaks volumes, far beyond what casual conversation ever could. So I invite you to make a commitment to intentional action, to practice presence and grounded confidence in every interaction, and to master the somatic imprint. Type ready in the comments below if you are committed to communicating from a place of calm, grounded authority. If this framework gave you a new perspective, hit the subscribe button on the Stoic Heart for more science-based insights into human connection. And finally, share this video with a man you know who has a good heart, but whose physical presence does not yet match the strength of his character. Until next time, remember that true magnetic presence is about calm authority, intention, and the ability to leave a lasting imprint on someone's body and mind simultaneously. Now that we have established the foundational elements of tempo, stillness, and anchor point, it is important to understand why this works on a neurological and emotional level. The human nervous system is constantly scanning for safety and social cues, and touch is one of the most powerful signals we can send without a single word. When a man hugs with intention, slow tempo, and a grounded presence, he is speaking directly to the parasympathetic nervous system, which governs relaxation, receptivity, and sexual readiness. This is why most casual hugs fail. They operate purely in the sympathetic system, the fight-or-flight mode, which is wired for caution, assessment, and friendship, never for desire. By slowing down and remaining still, you allow her body to interpret the hug as a moment of safety, a signal that she can release tension, and paradoxically, this is exactly what opens the door to attraction. The anchor point on the lower back is not arbitrary. Biologically, the lumbar curve is associated with the center of balance and core stability, and the nervous system reads touch in this area as a subtle form of support, presence, and possession. It communicates without words that you are grounded, capable, and protective, and that your energy is aligned with security and calm authority. Women often cannot consciously identify why a hug leaves such a strong impression, but their bodies remember the sensation and replay it as a subtle signal of attraction. Over time, this imprint creates an association between your presence and both safety and desire, which can unconsciously shift the way she perceives you, even long after the interaction has ended. Another layer to consider is microtiming and breathing. When you synchronize your breathing slightly with hers, without forcing it, it amplifies the feeling of attunement and shared presence. This is a silent, unconscious conversation that speaks far louder than words ever could. Combined with a slow, intentional hug, it strengthens the imprint by embedding your energy into her nervous system, creating a lasting somatic memory. It is also why talking, fidgeting, or breaking the embrace too quickly undermines the entire effect. Your nervous system must convey stillness, grounded energy, and intention consistently for the body to register it. It is worth noting that the hug is not just about attraction, it is also about demonstrating emotional intelligence and self-mastery. Most men overestimate the importance of verbal communication, trying to charm or impress, but true magnetic presence is embodied. Your body communicates your inner state more authentically than any compliment or witty remark. By mastering the hug, you are training yourself to hold your energy, project calm authority, and express grounded confidence non-verbally. Over time, this skill translates into every interaction, not just intimate moments, making you naturally magnetic in social, professional, and personal settings. Finally, this is not about manipulation or coercion. The somatic imprint is a tool of awareness and presence, not control. Its power comes from intention, not force, and when used ethically, it elevates your interactions, leaving women feeling both safe and deeply respected. It is a quiet form of influence, one that relies on mastery of your own energy rather than external tactics. The men who succeed with this are those who understand that attraction is not earned through words or actions alone. It is earned through presence, calm confidence, and the ability to create subtle, unforgettable experiences in a shared moment of human connection. Here on The Stoic Heart, we teach these principles not just as techniques, but as a philosophy for cultivating inner strength, presence, and emotional mastery. The hug is the gateway into this deeper level of connection, and by practicing these principles intentionally, you are building the foundation for attraction that is effortless, natural, and profoundly lasting. The more you embody this energy, the more your presence becomes magnetic, and the more you naturally inspire desire and respect simultaneously. If you are committed to taking this practice seriously, type the word presence in the comments below and commit to mastering not just the mechanics of the hug, but the deeper art of embodied authority and emotional resonance.